Welcome back to r/EntitledParents, where insane parents break the law in the name of their precious little angels. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to become a part of our community, and without any further ado, let's dive right in.
No lamb? Well, I will just sit here and not eat then.
So a while back, me and my partner went for a lovely meal at a well-known English steakhouse chain similar to Billa and Barter. They do steaks of all sorts, as well as many regular restaurant offerings, etc., but it is predominantly a steakhouse. Anyway, we were just set, placed our order, having a nice little chit-chat when I look over to the table behind us. A middle-aged gentleman, entitled Pratt, EP, and his nice wife were ordering theirs. No problems so far. Then the waitress, cannot have been over 20, comes back to them. They have run out of lamb. Is there anything else he would like from the menu? Well, EP doesn't like this. Proceeds with an angry string of
"How can you offer something on the menu and not have it?"
and so on for a good 5 minutes, including the ever lovely
"Stupid girl"
comments priced by pompous Prats. He decides no, nothing else will do. Poor waitress Les looks close to tears by this point, and NW looks quite ashamed. She offers to go somewhere else if he doesn't want to eat here, but he decides he would rather sit angry-faced and watch her eat. And does so, making very loud comments for all to hear about how shameful the situation is. And how deeply disappointed he is.
"Oh, I would have so enjoyed a lovely bit of lamb at this point, but no, false advertisement. Well, we definitely won't be coming here again."
Fast forward to the end of NW's meal and dessert is offered.
"Well, why would I pick a dessert for you to just tell me it is out of stock?"
NW, God bless her, orders a nice big boozy cocktail and asks for the bill. EP continues to huff and puff at poor waitress Les, demanding a discount for the troubles. A discount of what? I'm not sure, as he didn't actually order anything. He then gets up to pop to the loo, refusing to leave a tip, and NW collects her things and sneakily pops a few notes on the table and scuttles off after him. I don't think I've ever tipped a waitress so much as we did that evening. It's amazing how people seemingly cannot figure out that a restaurant does not have an infinite supply of items. Also, if you have any crazy entitled people restaurant stories, feel free to either post them in the comments or on r/ripe stories on Reddit if you want me to read them in a video. EM tells my husband not to order for me or for me to use sign language. Here's a little history of me, so this makes more sense. I'm non-verbal due to an injury and communicate exclusively via writing and sign language unless I want to feel like I'm pouring half-molten nails down my throat. Cast as DH my husband, EM entitled mother, PK poor kid. I love eating at restaurants, Denny's, Applebee's, little family-owned Mexican and Chinese places. With that means I gotta get my food, which my husband typically orders for me, to avoid me playing a game of charades with the waiter/waitress. We were eating out and apparently this was wrong. So we were getting our food and this little kid near us, maybe 8 or 9, was watching us since the restaurant was fairly empty. Right after the server leaves, the kid can audibly be heard speaking with his mother, a woman probably in her mid to late 40s. And let me guess, she has the soccer mom haircut. PK, "Mommy, what about her?" EM, she wasn't paying attention, I would assume.
"Huh? What was that, PK?"
PK, "He ordered for both of them." EM,
"He what?"
PK, "The girl didn't talk to him." EM,
"That's not right. Let's go see if there's a reason, PK."
At this point, she takes a few steps over towards us, PK in tow. EM, "Hi you two." DH, "Hello?" EM,
"Who's this?"
She motions towards me.
"Your girlfriend?"
DH, "Close enough. Do you need something?" EM,
"Do you do that often?"
DH, "Do what often?" EM,
"Order for her?"
DH, "All the time." EM,
"Could you please stop that?"
DH, "I'd rather not." EM,
"I'm asking nicely."
PK, "Can she not talk?" DH, "Basic." EM cuts him off.
"Just don't do it again. I don't want my kid to grow up to be some barbarian."
DH, No, feel free to leave us alone. She leaves with a huff, and that seemed to be it for the night at first. As we got our food, we started talking, signing, both clearly a little confused about what this strange woman's issue was. Now, when I'm saying crazy in sign language, I used the ever-known finger pointing to head crazy, which I happened to start using right as she approached us. EM,
What are you two doing?
DH, please go away, ma'am. EM,
I'm not going to let you teach my kid gang signs, so stop it.
DH, we're not teaching anything, it's sign. EM,
I don't care what it is, stop it. Just talk like normal people.
She physically put air quotes on the word talk. Classy. She soon walked away and we continued our conversation with her angrily staring at us and trying to shield her kid from the terrific gang signs up until they left. On behalf of all people who don't talk, I would like to apologize for encouraging gang culture. If you have watched until here, please post some stars in the comments, and also please tell me if you think that I'm reading too fast today, because lately I was under the impression that I was reading a bit too slow. But anyway, let's continue. Entitled 11-year-old cousin argues with me over showering privacy. So this is my first time here and I'm a new Reddit user as well, but on to the story. So last week, my grandparents and I decided to go visit my auntie's house, and I was fine with that considering the last time I saw my cousin and her was 4 years ago. One day, I overheard my grandma talking to my 11-year-old entitled cousin about how she missed him and all that. So I politely asked if I could borrow her phone for a few minutes to talk to him as well. Things went okay and I got my cousin's contact and phone number so I could text him and call him whenever he has free time. Seems like a chill guy, right? Well, you're not wrong, because overall he's pretty chill, but he's spoiled with lots of things like AirPods, Beats, Yeezys and more expensive crap. No, I'm not jealous by it or anything, but all I'm saying is that he's a bit spoiled and maybe should realize it one day, but it's all up to him at the end of the day. Now on this one certain day, I was calling and talking to my cousin. He literally told me that I'm going to get showered by his auntie, which I was not okay about, considering that I am already about to be 13 years old. So I told him, that's not going to happen, dude. No way your aunt will shower me. Sorry, buddy. He told me back that it will happen no matter what, considering it's their house rules that every kid will need to be showered with an adult nearby. Is it just me, or are you also getting some creepy vibes here? I find this crazy, considering that I don't want anyone seeing me naked at all, because WTF man, know your lane for privacy at least. Now my cousin did told me that he always got showered by his mom, my auntie, so I understand now because he's the child of my aunt, which is why he said it straight out with me thinking it was normal. Hell, he probably thought that I don't shower by myself at all, but really, I do since I was around 9 years old. So I didn't really think about this as much and just shrugged and thought he was joking. So the days went by and my cousin called me again to talk, and I asked him once more, "Are you sure your mom will shower me? Is this just a joke?" He said,
"Yes, she will shower for you. Just deal with it, Jason."
My name.
"And she's your aunt anyways, so what's the deal with you?"
Yeah, you heard that right. Now, I know it might be normal for some people to shower with someone helping them, but for me, I got over it and showered by myself without the need of my parents' help. Fast forwarding, after a week went by, my cousin told me that if I use my grandma or grandpa for help to get out of this showering situation, then I have to deal with his angry dad that will get real mad if I decline a shower with my cousin's mom. I was starting to believe that this was real, so I did the worst choice in my life and said, "Whatever, dude, she's not going to do that to me, and I will guarantee you it won't happen at all." A full argument went on for 3 days, and I just got sick of it with my cousin. It was like I just wanted to prove him wrong, but he won't take nothing for an answer. Only if I just accept the fact that my aunt will see me naked and shower for me. I really thought that this is kind of an invasion of my privacy because I decline being showered by my auntie since she cannot force me without my permission, even though I know it's her house. Long story short, my cousin is still texting to me as we speak right now about how he will get his mom to shower me, or else his dad will supposedly kick me out of the house if I ever dare say no. What do you guys think of this story? It's a bit long, but that's all for now. As I mentioned before, the story really gives me a weird vibe and it almost sounds like some kind of abuse. What are your thoughts on this story? Please tell us in the comments. EP tells me to burn my pants. Context: I live in a small town and I'm really close to a lot of things. The pool, high school, middle school and downtown, so I walk a lot. This particular day I was walking to the pool to meet some friends and have fun. And I had a pair of ripped mom jeans with a rainbow pointed on the right pocket declaring "Love wins," and apparently this person didn't like them. Another detail: I'm gay and transgender. Now for the cast. Me for me, Karen, entitled person, Billy for sweet child, Bobby, awesome police officer. This happened last month. During Pride Month I had planned to go swimming for weeks now, get practice for my upcoming job as a lifeguard and hang out with friends. I tend to walk or ride my bike everywhere, so I know which streets I shouldn't go near for the sake of disturbing others and conservative people. I tend to take the main road to get to and from my main places: the pool, bookshops, the high school and the rundown cinema. This day I was headed to the pool and decided to go with jeans and a t-shirt over my swimsuit. But it was a nice day, so a lot of people were walking on the main road. About halfway to the pool there is a Catholic church, which is when I realize, crap, I wore my rainbow shirt and gay pride pants and I have to pass this. People are always here and I don't typically wear my gay pride pants, but it was Pride Month, so yeah. I was almost around the corner to the next street I needed when suddenly I get a tap on the shoulder. Lo and behold, it's the town Karen. Everyone knows the main trio in town: Shannon, Sharon and Karen. And oh boy, I'm face to face with the leader of the cult.
Excuse me, but your pants are inappropriate.
How? They're just pants.
They are against the word of God.
How?
They are clearly gay.
Didn't God say he loves all his children?
Well, yes, but being gay is a sin.
Uh-huh. And where in the Bible does it say that?
Well, burn those pants. They are inappropriate.
This is where Billy steps in. Mom, they just say love wins. What's the big deal?
They are gay.
Not really.
They are gay. Now burn them.
No. I spent good money on the paints and the pants themselves. I'm not going to burn them just because you don't like them. I finally walk away and I make it 5 feet before I hear screaming and turn to see Karen running at me with a lighter and Billy trying to stop her. Hey kid, call the cops. I knew all the officers in town and they all know my dad because of his job as town emergency manager. Bobby shows up and takes statements from Karen, Billy and I. Karen, it's Pride Month. You pulled this last year too at the parade. She got fined for assault, child endangerment and a night in prison. Bobby came over for a recent barbecue and reminded me of it, asking if I still have the pants. Karen got back in jail and Billy is living with his dad and is now going to school with my sister. EM tries to get full refund and free meal, fails spectacularly. Cast as a typical Karen, EM and me, yours truly. Let's get some background info first. I am a manager at a certain fast food chain. The day that this happened, I was wearing a crew shirt over my manager uniform as I was doing some deep cleaning in the store. This is important, so don't forget. Originally, I was not scheduled to work that day, but offered to come in to help to get ready for a visit from upper management. Ready? Let's start. EM walks into the store, visibly angered. Me, hello, what can I do for you today? EM,
you idiots! Gave me 5 napkins instead of 4. You guys are lazy and sloppy.
Me, I'm sorry that you received 5 napkins instead of 4. The crew has been crazy busy tonight and have been getting out orders as quickly and accurately as they can. These things happen from time to time and I'm sorry that you are displeased with our service. At this point, I was pissed. Insulting the crew and being completely unreasonable over a single napkin was not very mature. However, I still stayed calm and did not let her know I was frustrated. EM,
I demand a full refund and a free meal right now.
Me, Ma'am, I'm afraid I cannot do that as nothing of value has been lost. If you fill out the feedback section of your receipt, you can receive a discount on your next purchase. EM:
I will not have it. You little crabs give free stuff to other customers.
I was boiling inside. At this point she was drawing attention and being a nuisance to all the other customers. But as before, I showed no aggression. Me: ma'am, I'm really sorry, but in those cases a customer was either overcharged or a mistake on their food order had been made. EM:
I'm done. I don't give a damn what you have to say. Get me a manager right now.
This was it. The best power move I would ever make. Right in front of her, I took off the crew shirt to reveal my manager shirt. Me: hi, I'm the manager, and like I said, I will not give you a refund or a free meal, especially after you berated my coworkers and me. I ask that if you are not going to purchase anything, that you leave the store. Thank you and have a nice day. The EM's face became pale and had a look of horror. Needless to say, she quickly left the store, never been back since. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Working in a line of food service can be tough, and I will always have respect for those who do it. I like how Karen uses any and every excuse she can get to get a free meal. ED and his trash girlfriend steal my boyfriend's house because
he didn't even want it.
Our cast is me, obvious, BF, my boyfriend, owner of the house, BD, boyfriend's dad, he's not in the story but is referenced a few times. Purchased the house for us. ED, entitled dad, TG, his trash girlfriend, and Cop, the best police officer ever. Effing incredible guy. Went out of his way to help with our case from beginning to end. Shout out to Officer Parker. Backstory: BD came into some fortune about half a year ago and bought a house for me and BF. BD and BF wanted me very involved in the process as I have dealt heavily with real estate in the past. So I recommended costs, neighborhoods, specific houses to look at, etc. We settled on a beautiful 3-bedroom 2-bath house. A while ago, BF sublet a bedroom in our house for only $300 a month to 2 of his very good, or so he thought, friends. A man age 30, ED, and a woman age 21, TG. I hated them and had heard terrible things about both of them. They were very rude and entitled, and also both have disgusting criminal records. Especially the man. But whatever, I absolutely do not blame BF for trying to be a good friend. Maybe I had misunderstood these people and I was willing to give them a chance. Also important to note that ED had 3 kids with a woman that is not TG, but lost them due to several charges of both child and domestic abuse, trespassing, etc. It took maybe a week before ED and TG started getting very entitled. Never cleaned a single thing, left huge messes everywhere, smoked pot 24/7 in the house, constantly let their cat out on accident and blamed us for
setting it free on purpose.
Never paid a single dime of rent in their 3 months there. Also, didn't mow the lawn, clear snow from sidewalks even though they agreed to in the lease. ED quit his job as an excuse to not pay rent. TG never had a job because
she's too pretty to work.
About a month later, they started treating me and BF like crap. They let his cats outside and lost them on purpose. Threw all our stuff on the floor on the garage into his old dirty farm truck, which hadn't been used for months as the farm had been sold. Changed the locks and locked us out of the houses, etc. They were served with multiple notices and eviction and left after a lot of effort and heated debate. Once we had noticed they left, boyfriend had asked me to change the locks immediately and move our stuff back in while he was at work. The next day, ED and TG came back and set up camp while we were gone, as we had not moved all our furniture yet and we are still staying somewhere else. They had only a blow-up mattress, a couple suitcases and some laundry in the washing machine in an effort to make it seem like they had actually never left. They ripped the new locks out and changed them once again and threw all our stuff back into the garage, damaging multiple high-cost items. We talked with Cop and his partner, and they agreed that once an evicted tenant leaves, they can be charged for trespassing / breaking and entering if they return, even if they still have a key. So we went to the house and they were still there. We broke in through a window in the garage and at first calmly asked ED and TG to leave. This was a few months ago and was very heated, so I don't remember perfectly, but this was the gist of it. Boyfriend, you were served with eviction and chose to leave. You cannot come back now. We will call the police unless you pack up and leave now. This is your last warning. ED,
no, we don't have to leave. This is our house. We are renting from you and have every right to be here. My kids are coming to live with me. We are going to start a new life here. I won them in a custody battle.
Side note, there was no custody battle, obviously. Boyfriend, I don't care. You already left and you were served with eviction. We went to court. Even if you weren't, I never said your kids could live here. The 2 other rooms are ours. Me, you don't even have your kids. We know that's a lie. No court would give you custody over them when you have no job or residence. And yes, I was not very nice. This eviction had been going on for months and I was sick of it. TG to boyfriend, you didn't even want this house. BD only bought it for you because you're effing spoiled and this dumb woman wanted it. Just let us live here. We walked outside and called the cops. They came immediately as it was a slow Saturday. They went inside and started assessing the situation. ED and TG were obviously scared shitless, as they were both on probation and in possession of numerous drugs that are illegal in our state. The cops looked around and it was obvious to them that ED and TG had moved and only come back to be a-holes. The following conversation is edited a bit as ED kept interrupting the cops, so I'm leaving out a few of the things he said so that it can actually be readable. Cop, so you were evicted. You left and the owner changed the locks and moved his property back in, correct? ED,
no, I didn't change the locks. I just took theirs off and put our old ones back on.
Cop, so you did change the locks? ED,
well, yes, but not really because...
Cop, yes or no, you changed the locks? ED,
technically, but...
Cop, yes or no, only. ED, looking increasingly nervous.
Yes.
Cop, clearly you moved out. I have all of the paperwork for notices and evictions served to you. You have no right to be here. Pack up your shit and leave. ED,
we didn't move out. We just removed all our stuff and took it to a storage unit. They don't even need the house. BF didn't even want it. That dumb woman did. I have 3 kids. They will be homeless now.
Cop, no, you do not. I know your record. Grab your shit and leave now. ED starts screaming, getting in the cops' faces and making violent hand motions. I'm leaving a few bits of text out here as it was just pointless and mostly incoherent yelling from ED. The cops had had enough. Cop, get your shit and leave now. ED,
no, the court hasn't ruled on it yet. We don't have to leave.
True, the court hadn't ruled on it yet, but in our state, if a tenant served with eviction leaves, they cannot come back, even without a court order. Cop, I know the case. I know the law. Leave or... ED,
no, I know my rights. My kids need this house.
Cop, shut up now. If you say one more word, I can and will arrest you for trespassing and breaking and entering. Get your shit and leave now. ED, silent for a moment.
How long do I have?
I expected the cop to say an hour, a day, something lenient, even though they had been a-holes and were breaking the law. What he said next was very satisfying. Cop, 5 minutes. Get your shit and leave right now or I will arrest you. So ED and TG begrudgingly packed up. Just before they left, the cop told them that if they ever set foot near the property again, BF and I had grounds to have them arrested and charged with multiple felonies. Cops BF and I were talking and shooting the crap for a bit before him and his partner left as well. Later, the court ruled on our case, we won, and ED would have to pay $1,000 to even attempt to appeal. We also found out that they stole many of our items, including very important legal documents for the house, and they were never returned to us. ED and TG disappeared, so despite their very best efforts, the cops could not retrieve the items either. We are paying out the ass to replace these items and documents. This was many months ago and we are still recovering from it and repairing the house. That story is definitely not only entitled but also part choosing beggar. But I would say the boyfriend definitely made a mistake when he did not check for the criminal backgrounds. Alright guys, that's all the content I have for you today. Lately, YouTube has been giving me a little bit of a hard time, so it would be really nice of you if you could like the video, comment and also subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a fantastic day and I see you tomorrow.